Hey guys, I am here with one of my friends.
I'm Sundial Eclipse. I'm Sundial Eclipse.
She does not want to show her face, so this is that.
I don't have a mask yet.
And she is female and
Yeah.
not gay.
This is just.
So we're just gonna be talking about music.
Mhm.
So
Did you have a question? Well, first off, my favorite genre of music is indie folk. So my generic favorite artist right now is Theo Hellos. So
my favorite genre it changes a lot, but right now it's like cinematic pop, which is like Jake Livingston. There's not many other big people in that category. So I've been liking lots of different stuff. Like I recently got into 21 Pilots.
Oh yeah, my father listened to that a lot when I was younger.
21 Pilots, they're releasing something later this year, which I am so excited for, and they're going on tour actually in November of this year. And I really want to get tickets, but I'm broke.
Same. Same.
The tickets are like hundreds of dollars.
Aren't most concert tickets hundreds of dollars?
Mostly, yeah.
Yeah.
I actually have an AJR concert tonight.
Oh wait, yeah, I forgot about that.
I'm so excited for it. But the thing is, like, because I've started to listen to more like Christian music with more meaning, like I would rather be going to an NF concert than an AJR concert if I could
Yeah.
have chosen. But it's like I'm not going to be like giving back my tickets now because NF is sold out. So it's like I'm just going to enjoy it, but not really be like make it the centerpiece of my day. Like even though I'm going to AJR, coming here was probably my favorite part of the day.
Yeah, definitely.
And like some of the best parts of like my life have been centered around music.
Yeah. Yeah, same. My grandparents ran a musical mentors, which is a music ministry to kids. And when I lived back in California, I was always at my grandparents' house, so I was always surrounded by music. And I was the child that 1-year-old Sundial Eclipse was trying to sing with the vocal students. Just yes, like that. So, and I learned how to started learning how to play piano when I was really young. And then when I moved here, my grandfather started doing virtual music lessons with me. So, yeah. Should I say what instruments I play?
Sure.
Okay. I play piano, ukulele, guitar, and I do sing. And I'm going to learn drums and bass, and I really want to learn how to play mandolin.
Oh yeah, the mandolin's a cool instrument.
Yes.
The only instruments I've actually taken lessons for back in third grade, I did violin for almost a full school year. Didn't get to any of the actual bowing,
No.
so it was all just the pizzicato,
Oh, yeah, yeah,
which sounded not good.
yeah.
And I kind of wish I like had continued because violin's one of my favorite instruments. And then down here, I did French horn for a year.
Oh, yeah, and that's left-handed.
Yes, it's like you can you hold that?
Yes.
You hold it like this. And it's like really weird because like the mouthpiece is here, then it goes into a circle, and then there's like a bunch of,
Mechanics.
and then it comes out this huge thing at the end.
Yeah.
And because all brass is loud, my family always hated whenever I practiced.
Mm.
And I quit French horn to do guitar, which is what I'm currently doing. And I've really liked guitar.
Guitar is fun.
Yeah, it really is. And then like I'm trying to get my guitar skills up to like the level where I can start playing on the worship band at church,
Yeah.
because that's been one of the things I've wanted to do ever since I was a kid. And then because I had a piano growing up, I just naturally tried to learn it. but I didn't actually take any lessons or do any book stuff. I just played, and I've learned a lot of stuff on piano just by watching sheet music boss videos and trying to play it.
Yeah. Trying to think what to say.
Favorite album?
Oh, favorite album. Who knows? um, I'm the kind of person who likes bits and pieces of stuff. I would say some of my favorite albums are definitely soundtracks to movies and video games. So the Undertale soundtrack is really good. Both Cuphead soundtracks are phenomenal. That's also because I also love jazz. So yeah, so definitely video game soundtracks. I would say one of my favorite albums is Nitos by the Hellos. That one, I don't know how to say it because it's a Greek god.
Ah.
So, yeah. And it's really fun. I would say a lot of my favorite albums are in by the Hellos because they write phenomenal albums and really good lyrics. So, here you go.
My favorite album changes a lot, but right now it is A Hometown Odyssey by Livingston.
Oh, yeah, you were talking about that in the
Yeah.
video.
And he actually just released it like a few months ago. And it's the kind of song, well, it's the kind of album that it's like a movie soundtrack and like pop music put together. And he's a Christian, so he's really, so like the lyrics are like the most meaningful pop lyrics out of all of them.
Oh, so kind of like, for King and Country, like how
Yeah.
it sounds like a movie soundtrack, but it's actually like really good
Kind
music.
of. It's more of a, like, it's kind of like Jake, but it's more strings and cinematic sounding. And he actually got this pretty old actor to record like a prelude and an epilogue to the album. And it's like this dramatic trailer style sound.
Oh yes.
And it's like, the first time I ever listened to his stuff, well, besides just one or two songs, I shuffled all of his stuff. And when you shuffle things, like especially with the artists who try to have their albums in specific orders, it kind of messes that up. So I heard the finale to A Hometown Odyssey first, and because it's like really weird, well, not weird, but it's just like a different style of song. Yeah.
Yeah. I would definitely say like nowadays people don't write albums like how they did.
Well, because it's definitely become a more single-faced.
Yeah.
Because like I've heard one of my friends who's an artist, he said that like, why release an album when you could release all of those songs individually and get that much more attention? And it's like that kind of makes sense, but back when it was just like radio and vinyls, you sold things by the album, and like especially on the radio now, it's just the top 1,000 songs that ever get played.
That all sound exactly the same.
Exactly. That's why I
Which
don't
is-
listen to the radio.
The radio I listen to is it's a radio station that plays good golden oldies. So we have like
I've never been able to get fully into old music.
yeah. I like old music because my mother always listened to it and my grandparents listened to it, and there's just something different about it, and especially like after World War II and like the Vietnam War, that kind of music, like the Beatles and stuff like their early music, it's just really fun and happy. So and like there's another, hold on, I'm trying to remember the name. The Four Seasons, they wrote a song called Walk Like a Man, and it's really goofy. It kind of sounds like it was written recently, but it's written in the 1960s. And the music video is hilarious because everyone dancing is just super weird.
Oh, yeah. One of the reasons that I actually got into 21 Pilots was their music videos.
Oh, okay. And I never watched a 21 Pilots music video ever, which is weird.
Well, the clickies will know what this means. So, like the I Am Clancy video. The I Am Clancy music video. Well, it's not really a music video. I actually have it downloaded on my MP3 phone because it downloads music from YouTube. and because I'm Clancy counts as a song. So the I'm Clancy basically recapped everything that happened in their music video ever since the stressed out music video up until the Scaled and Icy era, which is 2021, I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
And they film their music videos like it's a movie. Like they go to like Ukraine and like Europe and Africa and like all these different places that cost like thousands of dollars to go to just to film a 3 or 4 minute music video.
Yeah.
And they have like a whole cast of actors that they bring back for all their music videos.
Mm-hmm.
And all their music videos tell a cohesive almost all their music videos tell a cohesive story. So it's like, and because the music video world is like a personification of like his spiritual struggles, like Blurryface, one of the main antagonists, is like his negative thoughts personified.
Oh, that sounds oddly familiar for me. I did that once. I
Nice.
did that once. Uh,
And then it's not like a low budget thing. Like they've spent, I think, almost hundreds of thousands of dollars on this. And with this upcoming album, Clancy, they're actually stopping the Dima storyline, which is the current one.
hmm.
And so, yeah, I guess I'm a Clancy clicky, but I wish I could have been a Trench clicky because Trench is my favorite album.
Yeah.
Well, one of my favorite albums. It's definitely in top 10, and it's my favorite album by them. Hey, that rhymed, basically.
Yeah, that rhymes. Yeah. I've
Sideburns.
never gotten into like big music lore people. I've always just listened to music, just enjoyed the music. And I think I've listened to the entire Blurryface album multiple times in a row.
My name's Blurryface, and
And
I
I
care what you think.
that entire album. And then I think I forgot what the other one is
Well,
called.
there's Vessel.
Oh yes, Vessels.
Vessel's so good.
I love Vessel. Vessel's so fun. Like is it House of Gold?
Yeah.
That one, yeah. I love
And
that
I love
one.
the ukulele.
The ukulele's fun.
I don't know why, but not that many clickies like House of Gold.
It's the best. It's one of the best
I
ones.
know.
It's one of the best
And then
ones.
Ode to Sleep.
Ode to Sleep is funny because those who don't know, there's a movie called Hoodwinked, and the certain part of the song that when it gets to like that happy part, it sounds like the soundtrack to that movie, Hoodwinked. It's a very good movie. You should go check it out. It's really fun.
And then, like 21 Pilots, they're Christian, but they're also pop. That combination doesn't really happen.
And their rap, hip hop, they're a lot of things.
It's like
all in one.
when you listen to their Trench album, like almost every single song sounds like a different album, a different genre / different album. And then Scaled and Icy was just.
Yeah, I've only listened to 3 21 Pilot albums in my entire life because my dad
Were
only
they
it was Vessel,
Blurryface?
Blurryface, and I think it was I want to say it's Jumpsuit. It's the one with the
Trench.
Trench. Okay.
Trench is like one of the most liked albums by 21 Pilots.
Okay.
Like Blurryface is just, it's kind of like Trench, but Trench just does the style better.
Yeah.
And then Vessel never really stood out for me. Like it's a good album. I've listened to it on repeat like thousands of times. Not thousands, over exaggeration.
Over exaggeration.
Trench is just a work of absolute art.
Mm.
It's like we have Nico and the Niners. We have Trench, which is like, well, not Trench the song, but Trench the album. Listening to it in order, like starting off with Jumpsuit and then ending with Leave the City. It's like an emotional roller coaster. It's like the feeling of watching a movie. Like take, for example, Lord of the Rings.
Oh, yes.
Like especially when you're watching the extended editions. Like if you set aside a week where like every night you're going to watch one of the specific Lord of the Rings movies.
Yeah.
It's like the feeling of nostalgia when you start up part 1 of Fellowship of the Ring.
Yeah.
And then just the feeling of sadness when you end Return of the King part 2. Because like the soundtrack, Howard Shore is a genius.
So good.
And then It's like the ending, especially knowing what happens. And then another really good movie soundtrack is Dune.
Oh yeah, I just recently started watching Dune. I'm only halfway. Recently started watching Dune, and I'm only halfway through it. But I just really like the music. It's fun.
It's so unique.
It is definitely very unique in its own way. It's so fun. I don't know why. It's just fun. Also, I just made entire time watching like the first half of Dune. I just made a fun of
Chalamet.
Yeah, Timothy
Timothy
Chalamet. I can say his name.
In
I
my family,
promise.
we have a inside joke where we call him Timothy Shalamala Bing Bong.
Huh. I feel like I've heard that somewhere before.
Probably from my sister.
Yeah, probably. So, should we talk about
Music, actually.
music? Yeah, those who don't know, I actually had I had to write down in a book.
I have
Stuff.
all my music inside my head.
Yeah, well, I don't.
I'm just gonna list off like a lot of the artists that I listen to. NF, Imagine Dragons, One Republic, AJR, The Astronomers, John Bellion, Switchfoot, For King and Country, Livingston, Jake, and lots of different stuff.
Yeah.
Like, there's this one guy, Jacob Collier. He's like actually a musical genius. Like, he really has a really intense knowledge of music theory. And like, I've watched a bunch of his live. Like, he's really well known for his audience choir, in which like he separates the audience into different sections and then like conducts them. And like, I've listened to it once, like on YouTube, and it is insanely good. Like, it brought tears to my eyes. It was that good. And then he also did a Somebody to Love live cover, and it's really good. The thing is, his skill isn't reflected in his music.
Oh, okay. So like it's reflected in like the live performances.
Yeah. Like his acoustic sessions.
Yeah.
Acoustic sessions are always really good.
So some of my favorite artists I actually had to write down stuff. Oh Hellos, AJR, NF, Shawn Mendes, which is really weird because I'm not a pop girl, but I'm a guy pop girl. I like it. I like guy doing pop artist stuff.
I hate most female pop, like Taylor Swift. I cannot take. Olivia Rodrigo. I cannot take.
I like Olivia Rodrigo because she has like punk rock aspects, at least to some of the songs I've heard. Slightly. I like this Japanese band called The Pillows, which is really, they remind me of like 1960s rock. Then I have the Beatles.
Of Monsters and Men.
Of Monsters and Men.
Little really Talks is like my entire childhood.
Yes, same. And then TV Girl, which is an artist I recently discovered. Her music is really interesting. And then I have Grace VanderWaal, which is my entire tween life when I was a tween. I listened to her stuff all the time. I think Alyssa Cara, I want to say I said that right. Her stuff, she's another artist I recently discovered. I love her voice. It's so pretty. And then Sarah Sparks is another artist I like. Her voice, she is a soprano, but it's so beautiful, and she writes a lot of music inspired by the Chronicles of Narnia, which is really fun.
Really good book series.
And she's an adult, but she kind of sounds like a child, and it's really funny, but I really love it. And then Imagine Dragons. Also, fun fact, I never went through a boy band phase. I went through Imagine Dragons and Fall Out Boy phase when I was a tween.
I loved Fall Out Boy. And then Fall Out Boy actually released a new album like last year after being quiet for like 5 years. And this album is like one of the best albums I've ever heard.
Yeah. Did I mess up the volume?
No, you didn't.
Okay. Yeah. But I only knew like 5 songs by Imagine Dragons. So I only listened because I was like 12.
Demons.
I wasn't allowed to listen. I wasn't allowed to listen to Demons. Really weird.
Why?
I don't know. My mom just never let me listen to it. No, it was just I don't know. She never let me listen to it. I listen to it now. She lets me listen to it now. But like I only knew like 5. I knew 5 songs by them.
Ones?
Radioactive.
I know.
Zero. And what's another one? I'm trying to remember the tip of my brain. My brain's frying. My brain's not working today. Close the door. Sorry, the door jumps. So Radioactive, Zero. I can't remember the names off the top of my head right now. This is why I write stuff down. Yeah.
Well, was it all off of?
It was off. Oh wait, and Believer. Believer was another one.
I remember like the exact day the Evolve album came out.
Yeah.
And that was back when my family had iTunes, so we downloaded it, and I was like listening to it over and over and over and over and over again. And then like Imagine Dragons is like one of the main parts of my music history because my dad, one of the only CDs he had was the Smoke and Mirrors album. And like coming back to that album like 5 years later after I completely forgot about it, I was just like, all of these songs are so good.
Yeah. Okay. Should I name off some of my favorite songs? Because I have them written down. So, I'm also a wannabe music theater kid.
Same.
Because mainly because we just never had the money to put me into theater. So
Theater.
yeah, theater. I've always wanted to be I'm a wannabe theater kid, but it's mainly because we never had the money to put me in theater. So I'm hopefully going to be doing theater this year. But
my schedule always conflicts with theater.
Yeah, it does. It does that.
And then like some of my favorite Broadway is probably like Hamilton.
I need to watch Hamilton.
You really do. And and then also the Percy Jackson musical, which is like a really underrated one.
That's so good.
I know.
If I was ever in that musical, I want to be Annabeth just for the sole purpose I can sing My Grand Plan. Just for that. So,
I'd really want to be Luke just because like Luke has like some of the best songs.
he's a good villain too.
I know, and the person who played him in the original Broadway has like one of the best voices ever.
He's eating lunch. But yeah. I forgot. So hold on.
Favorite songs as well.
Yeah, favorite songs. So I have Eat You Alive by the Oh Hellos. It's actually based off a poem. Is really good. Lover Rock by TV Girl is really good. And then Record Player by AJR is really.
That's one of my least favorites by AJR. It never clicked for me. It never clicked.
It's mainly because I was the child who just always wore a dress and then scraped to her knees and was in trees all the time. So, yeah, I was that person. Also, Migraine by Boy with Uke. That one's so good. It's so good. And then Family, My Mother. I listened to the clean version of it, but it's so good, and it feels like me and some of my friends and my siblings like 24/7. And then recent one I recently discovered, like literally yesterday, is Ghost of Chicago by I think it's Noah Fletcher. I don't know how to say his last name. That one is so pretty. It's just super pretty, and I love it so much.
I have like two different categories in which I fit my favorite songs into. I have like favorite songs of all time, which is stuff like Viva La Vida and Sky Full of Stars by Coldplay, and like all the good songs that are just good no matter what. And then like my temporary favorites that are like, it's not that I'm gonna stop liking them, it's just that they're not really as favorite as some of my others. That doesn't really make sense.
So, do you want to call it there? Or no?
Do
you want to call it there for the video?
Sure.
Sure, yeah.